the vehicle?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah,
You have your doors locked?
it's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm blurry. 1 second. It's Shelly's fault. She made me look at her message and go, hold on a second. It's Canada Day before you guys' American Day. Whoa.
It is.
Yeah.
Your Canada Day is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think that's better. Yes, it is. Yeah. My it's Canada Day, then birthday's on Monday, and me and my sister. I'm gonna see if my sister wants to come on Monday. I'll ask her tomorrow or on Sunday, one of the two. See if she wants to come on for our birthday, because my twin sister, right? I'll ask her, see if she wants to. Anyways, hello, you guys. It's Friday. Kept thinking it was Saturday all day today. I think I was more wishing it was Saturday all day today a little bit. Because my husband has today off because it falls on the Saturday. So instead of the Monday, like I said, it's today he has off. So
What did you all do today?
Why?
What did you all do today?
Oh, I did so much. I mean, I held the bed down. I went to pee, and then I held the bed down again. Went to pee again, held the bed down. Finally decided I'll be productive in the video that I worked on last night, the parody for Nicola Bully Lancashire Police one. I'll do it. Those ones take way longer. Anyways, yeah, so it was a very fruitful day. Oh, then my husband bought Ricky's for dinner with Ryan, and really good, actually. Like Ricky's is, do you guys have a Ricky's there? Ricky's restaurant?
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
not the best name to have.
You're right. Now that you say that.
And hey, GMF3, I'm going to assume you're joking. We'll get to it.
Oh, wait. GMF3, isn't that the one that always comes in here and jokes around and says, can you get to Delphi? And
Maybe.
we always say, like, when we want to. I feel like I want to do my nails before I get to Delphi first. You don't got an issue with that, do you, GM? No. Anyways, hello, people. Yes, tonight, there's, like I said, lots to go on with Delphi, definitely again.
Right.
So,
I look pale.
right?
I look pale.
No, at least not to me on there. Yeah. Aloha. Aloha. My Alexa, my microphone broke, so I have to sign in with my mobile. Oh, Alexa, she probably spelled pop on it.
I'm never letting Alexa hold any of my electronics.
You know what? I know. I feel like
Now we know why she had to do body language and handwriting, because it didn't involve electronics.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a
Oh,
pill.
Alexa. That's funny. But anyways, you guys, yeah, today we're going to talk, of course, about Richard Allen, Delphi, and a few things. And I put out a poll there asking you guys if, of course, you thought that Richard Allen asked or told his wife what had happened. And so Adam, let's just do some shout outs really quick for
Absolutely.
people that are in chat. Did you want me to do it? You want to do it?
I'll let you do it.
Okay. Hi, it's a crime and shame. It's so great to see you here. Glad you showed up. Oh, you're welcome. Because I really didn't want to today. I just wanted to stay in bed. But I was like, get your butt out of bed and get some energy, you know?
Right.
But it was one of those days. You get towards the end of the month and then you're just exhausted from all the work that you did that month, knowing that in YouTube standards, like the end of the month is the end of the month. That's basically you look at your ad revenue, membership revenue, and that all goes. So, but anyways, that's your work that you did. And that's when the end of the month comes, you just want to be like, oh, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, you know? But then you're just like, okay, well, the next month is starting tomorrow type of idea. And then you go, okay, well, let's see how that month goes. But anyways, it's exhausting work. I'm not going to lie. I almost want to trade it in sometimes and be like, going to a job is way easier, but this is more rewarding. This is more rewarding.
I mean, I don't think anything else could handle the $9 my personal channel made this month.
That's excessive, Adam. I don't even know. I feel like you shouldn't have shared that information. Now people know exactly how you're a grifter, you know. So yeah, okay, Red Man. Hi, Alexa. Anyways, Sharon Parker, how are you? Shelly, nice to see you as always. Streamlabs is in the house, of course. July 1st. Yes, Shelly, July 1st is our candidate. It comes before your July 1st, so we count too. Canadian lives matter, Shelly, just so you know. Stop the vote today. Stop the vote today. What's that? Is that someone sponsored? Yeah, high five. Fibro did. Fibro. Oops, I got the stupid thing open. 4 months. There you go. And thank you guys too for all the members and all the recent members. Actually, Julie, she's more. I think she's with the Nicola Bully Gates, but I think she became our first member on Coffee app.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because in the very near future here, I'm going to use a Coffee app for putting things on that I'm not going to put onto like the channel. More of behind the scenes stuff, not instead of Patreon. I'd rather use the Coffee app. The Coffee app, which is our taco night. And I still, I need to change that to tacos, don't I? Guess I could have been doing something eventful today. But anyways, Julianne, how are you? Mary Flynn, Deb's True Crime Notebooks in the house. GMF 3. Did you get onto Delphi already? For Pete's sake.
Oh, we already talked about it.
Yeah. Mustang, Cheryl. Hi, guys. Did I say Charles? I think I did. Sees throughs in the house. A Juju. A little bit of Juju. Flirty's in the house. Hey, Flirty. No. Hey, Lacey.
Right.
My Cali girl. Okay.
Hey, Callie.
Okay. Cali girl. She's a bestie. That one. Just a
Right.
beautiful person. Great friend. I love her. Mustang. Same thing. Mustang talk. Tons behind the scenes on there. Happy almost birthday. Thank you. Happy. I know. We just need to go reverse the cycle. That's all. Her eyes are only here. Her body's not here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in our private chat, she's blaming the Canadians for all the smoke down there still.
Mm-hmm.
And her dog is now having issues.
Oh, I scanned. I saw that briefly in the chat, but I was in the middle of something, and so sorry I didn't say like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Fragilistic, expialidocious.
Right.
Sunny was the same birthday as you, my twin sister. And actually, this guy at my sister's work, his name is Spencer. His birthday is today too, and he's like, so I share the same birthday as Tanya, which is in the office, which is my twin.
Right. What time of the day were you born, Sonny?
I think I was born at 2:03 p.m. in the afternoon,
Okay.
and Tanya was born at 10 minutes before me. Yeah, my twin insists that I was a leftover crap that slew out of my mom, and yeah, I don't agree. I think or she was, but I don't think so. Yeah, but anyways, I'll see if she wants to come on the live on Monday, for our birthday. Why not, right? See how much she loves me. Yeah, is allergic to the Connect smoke. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna blame the Americans for that smoke. I don't know
Right.
why, but I feel like I am. I believe Alan isn't being treated that well, but until I think he's not BG, just no pity for him. I think he's being treated myself personally the way he is going to be treated. It's a high profile case. They're not going to sit there and try to risk treating him like crap in a very high public profile case. I think he's getting treated exactly like he should.
And I think I'm bottom line. No one that's in jail or prison, whether they're awaiting trial or whether they have been sentenced, is treated well. I think that's fair to say.
Right.
But I think it is an odd scenario. It's not a facility that's normally houses people like that. But I feel like every action they've taken has been out of precaution, in my opinion. And I have to say, I know that people think he's not been treated well, and you know what? It's prison, it's jail. I don't know, but
I mean,
I've read the majority of these documents now.
Mhm.
There is so little emphasis on his treatment.
Yeah.
In Westville,
Happy
in these
Friday.
documents, every single one that they talk about his treatment, there's 10 times more talk about the proximity to his lawyers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
His lawyers don't want to drive that far to see him.
And
I mean, there are so many mentions of, oh, we can't go see him, we can't go see him, we can't go see him.
And you know what? Life must be really rough being able to have an iPad basically at your
Right.
disposal. Must be really tough having that iPad that you can literally talk to your family and people. And then you break one and then you're given another one.
When and this is in the word, and this is something I found it's in the defense's own words, and this is in the motion to quash a subpoena, and it says Detective Liggett believes that Richard M. Allen. Wait, never mind, that's not the right thing. Hold on. Wrong one. This is the defense saying Prosecutor McClellan is requesting records which are irrelevant as there's no pending matters pertaining to Defendant Allen's competency to stand trial, nor has the Defendant Allen raised the defense of insanity. So his own defense is telling us they're not that concerned about his mental health well-being as far as where he's at.
Yeah.
It's right there in their own words.
All that is a flipping game. They don't want the confessions to stand up. They want to act like he was having these breakdowns while he was confessing to his wife and to his mother that he wasn't in the right state of mind and he's been deteriorating. And and Judge Gull, cut the bull crap, guys, because anyone that looks at the paperwork of it all can see that it was like this whole hand movement, or take a picture of me with my dirty shirt on. Come on. Like, seriously, for me, that just makes me puke because it's just a game and that they're playing up to it. And that's what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to do everything and anything they can for what's in the best interest of their client, in a sense, even if they know differently. But anyways, I have been in solitary for years and love it. Oh, hey, you think that's Noah? Hey, is that Noah? Noah?
Yeah. No.
I don't know, Adam. We've never seen the name Fragilistic before. But if you end up being a troll, you're gonna get the boot.
I've said all along, if they want him moved, move him. I mean, they originally, said that it was Cass County or Carroll County that stopped that from happening. And in fact, in the document, there's actually an order written up that's a transport order to Cass County that's a draft. It just wasn't signed. So, I mean, they were prepared to do it.
Who puts I've been in solitary for years and love it? Who puts that? Who puts that though? Right? Who says something like that?
Mustang said it too.
Well, no. Mustang doesn't say I love it. Mustang's not going to sit there and say I like it. Wait, oh my God, Mustang, hold on. I take it back. Fragilistic, you're good to go. If I got Mustang saying I like the whole
Right.
or solitary confinement, you guys got to be
Yeah.
kidding me. Why?
Who does? I agree with you. You know, like I said, if they want to move him. I'm so tired of even like discussing the whole like move him or not move him thing. You know, I'm just saying. You know, Carroll County and Cass County, they're all said, or Cass County has said he would receive the same treatment there he's getting at Westville. Hey, Alexa.
Hey.
Hi,
Oh, sorry. You know what, Alexa?
how
I was so
are
involved.
you?
Oh, you're like,
I didn't want to interrupt. How are you? How are you guys doing?
I think that's
Hear
better.
me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was a little wonky at first, but now you're fine.
It's a little laggy. I don't know why. Laggy? Can you hear my? I have because I had to turn off my AC because my bones were hurting. But I have a fan on. Does it bother you guys? Can you hear it?
No, can't hear it. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, no.
I have everything today. Like everything happened. So I had one of my. Hopefully this is no. I have one more infusion. So it's for every Friday. I have an infusion. I have to go for the chemo. And so obviously I'm getting ready. I'm to sit down and start the live. And my kids are like, "We're hungry." And I'm like, "Seriously?" I'm like, "I asked you before if you were hungry at like 9 o'clock, and
That's
everybody
what's
said no."
being a parent, right?
And I was like, "Seriously?" And they're like, "Can we have grilled cheese?" I was like, "Okay." And then I'm like, "Okay." And then I put the microphone. My microphone died. I don't know what's going on. I promise it's not me.
Yeah, I mean, we can hear you just fine. And we know what it's like when you have kids, with CD that, you know,
At least I made it. Thank God.
yeah.
Hey, Alexa, I don't even have a kid, but I had to leave the live yesterday to go take care of one, so I get it.
Oh,
Yeah. So, let's see here. Well, okay, Alexa, let me ask you quickly. And again, the poll right now, I'll read it, is the question was posed: do you think Richard Allen told Kathy why he did the heinous crime? Heinous crime. Yes, 26%. No, 49%. Maybe is 17%, and partially the truth is 9%. What do you think, Adam and Alexa, about that? In these confessions, jail
okay.
house confessions.
So the question is whether he told her the motive, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he told the motive. I think he probably said maybe he unalive them, but I don't think he would say the motive. I don't think so. I don't think he will be ready to say that yet. He's probably going to play. I mean, to her, he's probably going to play everything, that I was lonely, or I had psychosis, or I had this. He's never going to accept why he did it, not even to anybody. So no, I don't think he told. I think he confessed to her. Yes, I believe that, but I don't think he said why. The why, no.
You know what? I know I'd be torn on that, because that would be one of the first things on my mouth. Fragilistic, he's trying to. Adam.
Or was it referring to the cat hair I just picked off of my nose?
Yeah. And yeah.
I'll try.
It was more like white cat hair, but
yeah,
close. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. What do you think, Adam, on that? Do you think he did or didn't?
I mean, I have no way of knowing. I mean, and which time, right? I mean, it says 5 or 6 times, so I have no idea.
Let me ask you this. Everybody underneath the sun knows that your phones are recorded. They literally say that to you. Everything says you are being recorded. Do you think he literally knows he's freaking ass hooped? Do you think that they know that he got evidence from their house that he's hooped? And basically he's just tired, and it's just like, you know what? I did it. Yep. Let me just get this off my chest. I did it. I don't really give a shit who hears it now.
Also, you know what happens too, even though sometimes, because I remember when we used to go to do interviews in the prisons and the jails, they all said the same thing, that you know you're being recorded, but you forget. And you know how like
That
those
too.
celebrities that do like the reality shows, they all claim the same thing. And I never used to believe them, but it's true. You do believe. I mean, it's true. Sometimes you have the microphone on and you
Yeah.
completely forget, and you just go at it. But one thing I find very suspicious to me is that up to that point, and then I went back and I actually checked the dates, because up to that point he was fine, but the minute he started confessing, it's almost like this charade of being oh, starting a psychosis, not eating, hallucinations, and everything started after. It's almost like their plan was, okay, we already know that he confessed, so now we have to start making up this thing. But what I don't understand, and I checked this with a lawyer of mine, that a friend, and I also checked with somebody else who used to be a prosecutor in one of those towns, and I asked him this, and I said, but the insanity wouldn't count. I don't know why they're trying to do this now, because insanity would be at the time of the crime, not now. So he cannot claim that he's insane. Maybe, I guess, to pull the confession.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I guess, but I don't understand what the game is. I guess sympathy, but whatever.
Right. I'm going to answer Wonder Girl's question really
Yeah.
quickly. Wonder Girl, according to the document that was in that was what they listed, that they found at the search warrant, there were 13 knives listed, and there was one firearm listed.
That's what I recall too. Sorry, see-through. I think you're a little off on the 19, but only because I seen an article that put
Caesar's thinking the phones, and it was and actually there were only 17 phones. There were 2 pagers and 17 phones.
Yeah, one blue pager.
and one phone number, right, Adam?
Oh, I know. Does anyone want to hear Richard
Let's hear
Allen's voicemail?
You guys want to hear it?
So, in one of the things they didn't redact in these documents was one of the phone numbers listed for Richard Allen, and so
You called.
if you want to hear his voicemail recording, here it is.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, like 1 second here. Let me just go to my downloads. Well, first of all,
Wonder Girl, 13 knives. Sorry.
Let's just show this quickly first. So, I'm not sure why they didn't redact that, but
They left his social security number in there.
I know, right?
That is bad. That is irresponsible. I'm sorry.
Well, this is the same one that has all the use names in it as well.
Yeah, I know, but they should have kept some things out, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, I think this was an oversight. I feel like it was, but I could be wrong. Totally could be wrong. But anyways, let's stop screen there, share. I mean, all you're going to hear is his name, but hey, whoops. I mean, it's better than, where did I go? Whoops, I went over. Oh, hey. I put on the wrong thing. I put on the, oh my goodness, get off the screen, stupid thing. Whenever I go hit video file, I always hit share screen instead of hitting video file. Okay, so this is it. It's not much, but hey.
Please leave your message for
Rick.
What did I get?
Please leave your message for
Rick.
I know it's short, but it's still.
Please leave your message for
Rick.
So in my head, as I'm hearing that, did you guys not think of, hey guys, down the hill, down the hill? Is that what you guys first thing? You remember when you're hearing Rick say Rick, his name? Yeah. Let's do that one more time.
And no, I did not leave a voice mail.
Yeah, you did, Adam. What did it say?
Please leave your message for
Rick.
Because I keep thinking about that, about the voice, like when your own wife hears your voice, even if it's just a partially where you're like, oh, You'd have to be in somebody's total shoes to understand all that.
I'll send you a comparison.
That's what she said. Okay,
Yeah.
One second here. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I need to show you guys something else as well.
Thank you, Wonder Girl.
What did Wonder Girl send that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Wonder Girl. Wonder Woman. Okay. Video.
Rick. Rick. Rick.
With Candace, it sounds a little bit.
Rick.
What? What, Alexa?
No, I said it sounds. I mean, I can hear a little bit, but it could be also my my brain playing tricks. But
Right.
Well, this was done quickly, so.
I know we're getting is Rick, but it's still a little something. Let's see.
Rick.
Well, he's definitely on the same tone to me.
Yeah.
Well, and it's him.
And it's him. But the thing is that I can it's not like one's high pitched and whatever. It's a very similar sound in the voice. So now that we know it's him, definitely his voice, guys. Now, stop screen, and I want to share another one here. Just something different here. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. Nope, it's not that one. I think it's this one. Nope, we'll do Alexa after. Hey, where did my video go that I had open? Is it this? No, it's not that. It's not that. Oh, here, this one. Okay. This is by Thomas Frost, okay? You guys? So, let me ask you again. Do you think Richard Allen is left-handed or right-handed?
I say right-handed.
You're going to say right-handed?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe so.
The answer to this, I'm like.
Alexa said left-handed in the.
Or left-handed. I forgot. I'm sorry. I had about left-handed. Now you're making me doubt. So then left-handed. I don't know.
Well, you said left-handed in the handwriting thing.
Okay, so then because I did the analysis right now, I cannot even look what the handwriting looks. So if I said left-handed, I'll stand with left-handed because that's what I said. I can't back up.
Now,
sorry. Thank you.
Now, Alexa, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Me?
Yeah, you're right, aren't you?
I'm right-handed.
Okay. And Adam?
I'm right-handed.
And Sunny?
You're left-handed.
Correct. Okay. So I'm going to point things out now because I am left-handed, and this will go to the lefties. To me, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what I personally think yet. I'm going to show you this part of the video, different pieces, and then you guys tell me in chat what you guys believe, right-handed or left-handed, knowing that we both have left-handed and right people in here. Okay, so let me bring this up bigger. And here, hold on. I'm just going to go to his actual YouTube channel. Okay, so can you guys all see that? Good. Let me make it bigger. Okay. So there's a few different things in here. So we'll kind of just start, I guess, right here. Thank you, Thomas Frost. Thomas Frost, a shout out. He does wonderful Delphi work, drone coverage. Okay, let me take this off as well. Did you say something, Alexa?
No.
Oh, okay. So let me play. Okay, first of all, do you guys see that? He went
No.
over. He went over to his wifey, gives her a kissy. It's one of the two things that happened. Unless she
He's
just
right
grabbed
hand.
her
That's
leg.
he's right hand dominated. He's right hand dominant.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, you could see. I mean, he used his right hand for every single thing he
The
did.
scratch. Yeah, I didn't notice. I said
Yeah.
the handwriting did look like a left hand.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'll show. We'll watch more though, because there is a point here where his left hand comes out in a minute, but to me, he's right hand dominated. From me being a left-handed person, he's doing everything almost opposite of me.
I mean, a lot of people say that a lot of the telltales is the watch, but I can tell you, no, that's not true because I have a lot of people that are left-handed, and because I usually a lot of people say because of the watch. My husband is left-handed too,
Well,
so I'm always fighting with him because
well,
he always does things backwards for me.
the thing is that oh, sorry, Alexa.
No, no, go ahead.
The thing for me is this is that I do things right-handed and left-handed, but everything most of what he does is he's using even when he smokes he's using his right hand. So to me he's dominating to show I am right-handed because he's smoking, he's doing so many things with his right hand that's like the dominant hand because you instinctively when I light a smoke, you know, well, you know what, let's just play it some more and then you guys decide again.
Not everyone should wear tank tops.
Not everyone should. You'll see him come. Okay, hold on. I think I
Oh,
just
here he comes.
hold on. I think I just missed it. Hold on. See, there's his hands in his pockets. Okay, so he is definitely a hands in his pocket type of person, and I believe he guides with the left hand on this next motion in a sense. See, his left arm goes up there. Now, whether or not the right one went up too, I don't know, but the left one certainly did.
Well, and he's wearing the glove on his left hand, right? So
He is.
so you shoot pool.
He's not,
Right.
is he wearing a
Opposite.
glove?
You
I don't
pull-
see it.
Sorry, say that, Alexa.
He's wearing a glove? I don't see it.
Yes, he's wearing a pool glove, like almost like a golf glove, like
Well,
golf.
you don't see him in the video right now, but
You will.
Oh, I didn't see it. No, he's not wearing it. This one.
he's not in the video right this second.
No, he's behind that guy with the cue.
No, but okay, maybe the medication, same thing.
Kathy Allen, who are you texting? Oh, she's taking a picture. Have that picture,
Mhm.
Kathy Allen? So there he is right there. There you see the glove on his hand there as he's moving. See, you
He
can see
doesn't
And the
have a
gloves-
glove.
The glove is on his left hand, and you would have your glove on your. You shoot pool with your non-dominant hand would have the glove.
Really? Am I the only one that doesn't see a glove? I do not see the glove.
You can't see
Right
the glove right
there.
here?
The cursor is.
Oh my God! No, I'm looking at the guy who's playing pool. I am so
Oh.
sorry.
Right here.
Oh my God! I am so
Sorry, where
sorry.
did he go? Where did he go? He's coming over now.
Oh yes, you're right. I was like, what? I'm like, maybe the medication is making me see things.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he's in the back. I'm sorry.
No.
Yes, of course, the black. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Let's look at his walk again, though.
Right, and I agree, Fraj. Richard Allen is BG, in my opinion. I'm just glad that he's finally found. Yeah, zoom in, Sonny.
I can't zoom in on.
Oh my God, but she might be short too.
You can't zoom in on a video. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
On somebody's video that I'm playing from YouTube.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, on my phone, I just pinch.
Oh, that's different. I'm on a computer.
No, you can't.
On a phone, you can do that. Correct. You're right on that. But I'm on my desktop. Okay. Anyways, so let me go back. Hold on. Hey, did Anna work at this bar, or is it a different bar?
It was a different bar.
But he went to the same bar that Anna worked at. Did he? I think.
Anna went to this bar for a little bit when she dated someone, was my understanding. But
Yeah.
I don't believe she ever worked at JC's.
Or sure, sorry, yes, went there. Because there's some pictures of her at a bar with.
Yeah. Well, she works at bars, so
Yeah.
you know. And remember, in a small town America, we know Becky's sister.
Okay, so there. Oh, sorry, you guys, I missed something there. I wanted to go back just for a second. Okay, Richard Allen. He's over there in the very back corner. Okay, see, he goes to his right, but I wanted to show you something before that.
On the bulletin board.
Okay, so just he's in the back there behind the guy with the beer in his hand. And again, he's using his right hand. So now I would be holding my lighter in my left hand and using my, hold on, let me think. Oh yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me think about that. I don't smoke anymore. So what would I do? Oh, hold on. You know what? When I light a cigarette, I would have lit it with my left hand, and then I would have put it with my right hand in my mouth, and then I would have switched over right after that. That's how I would have done it. Which is actually what he did there. Okay. So now the smoke's in his right hand.
Ugh. I hate looking at it.
I know. It's almost like looking at a Kagan Klein smaller version.
Well, I mean, it's just knowing what we know. That,
I know.
You know, he just repulses me.
Yeah.
At least we know what size his jeans are.
Yeah. Right. So again, it's in his right hand that he's smoking. Now I would be using my left hand, so I would have lit mine the same way. But because I'm ambidextrous, I do things where I transfer over.
Well, yeah, Todd and Wonder Girl. That's what I said. I said that if he's wearing his glove on his left hand, that means he's definitely right-handed.
Right. So hold on. Let me just come back to us now. Hold on. I got a cough. 1 sec. I mean, there's definitely things that I do which look right-handed and left-handed, but I believe he's right-handed myself. Like my smoke would have been in my left hand once I lit it because I'm lighting it with my stronger hand. And then, like I said, I hold it with my right, but then I would have switched back over to my left as I do everything.
Right.
And like, again, the pool thing, it's kind of like golfing, right? You know, you're going to have the glove on the one where you're shooting the cue between it. That's where that
You're
glove.
non-dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Because wait, where's that one? Because there is. Hold on, 1 second. Let me come out of this. Let me pull over. No, that's not the one I want. Is this the one here? No, that's the one. What was it? Is this the same video that he did the jiggy dance in?
No.
It's the other one, right?
Yeah, Inquisitor's the first one that put that video out on YouTube. This one that you just had up, the one that we were watching from Thomas Frost. That's the same video, but Inquisitor's the first one that put that out.
Oh, it's this one right here.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys see that? Okay, let me just make it bigger. Okay, so there's no sound to this part. because of the music copyright. You know.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. It's one of those skull caps.
Ugh. Ugh. Let's just watch his stupid moment. Die, 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 die. I'm an idiot. I'm a killer. Die, die, die. Heck. Whoever did this, cut it off. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's definitely a zoomed in edited version, so they
Yeah.
could use it. Oh well, you know who that is. Look.
Yeah. Okay. So at the end of the day, I haven't seen what anyone's put yet. Right or left, just do R or L. Just
He's
put
right. I think everyone knows that now, right? He's right-handed, 100%.
defo right-handed. I believe so too.
So.
Yeah.
And why do we care?
Well, you know what? Because it was a question for a long time.
Right.
Because of the gun and him, the BG going down the bridge, and if he had a gun on his left side, right side, this, that, whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that's why it matters. Okay, that's why it matters. Yeah. You guys all in agreement? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna go to stop screen, and I want to go to share screen, and I'm gonna go to this. So back over 7 months ago, and the exact date was November 11th, Remembrance Day. Oh, it wasn't now. This is where Alexa is doing a read on Richard Allen's handwriting. And so I'm just gonna play it because you're gonna come to a part in there where she talks about the knives at basically within a couple of minutes. But I'm just gonna play it out a little bit and let you guys listen to what Alexa was saying. You know, back after Richard Allen was arrested.
4 hours and 25 minutes. We were on a long time that night.
That's nothing, right, Tom Webster?
I know.
That's nothing. All right.
Again, the same, the last name, he signs it exactly the same, which it tells me that he has issues with his father. He has probably this connection with his father. He is ashamed of his father, basically, because he's not showing his last name. Now, the R in the certificate, if you see, he has an R. There's an R there. Hopefully you guys can see it. Come on, let's not be dramatic. So you can see here, look, there's an R. Okay, which right here, sorry, which it tells me that I guess when he was 19, he wasn't ashamed of himself. Now in present day, we go to here and look, there's no R. So to me, that tells me that he is ashamed of who he is. So basically, looking back again, and like we said before, the signature is different from his print completely. So that tells me that he has a double personality. So in conclusion, what we can say about the handwriting, the sample that we got, we can say he is introverted, he is antisocial, he feels disconnected to his mother and resents his father. We can see that in his I. And remember the letter I. The top is the feminine and the bottom is the masculine. And the the pole, basically the structure, it's oneself. He has strong willpower. He has average intelligence, which we can tell by the letter. He feels unhappy. He's a bitter person. He has addiction, some kind of addiction to substances. Could be food, it could be alcohol. He's a procrastinator. He feels insecure. He is very sensitive to criticism. He's the type of person you will never dare. I'm pretty sure his wife will never, ever criticize him because he would probably get violent. Um, he is he's a poor planner. He has sexual frustration. He's sexually frustrated. And that's something that I compared it from the marriage certificate, and I could actually see it from there. So it's something that, like I said before, it's something that I compared from before. Sorry. Come on.
Where's Tom? I don't see Tom. Tom, are you in here?
Come on, work for me. So this is something I was able to see in here. From the other one. He shows aggression and violence. I wouldn't doubt that he collects maybe knives, and especially by that eye that looks like in the wife. That no, I'm sorry. The F that looks to me, it looks like a dagger, and to me, I mean, obviously that's aggression. That's he shows he's a very aggressive person, and it shows violence. And I wouldn't pass. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a collection of knives.
Oh, oh, oh. What was that? Oh, sorry. 1 second. Let's go back this way. What was that? I wouldn't be surprised if he had a collection of knives, but yet Alexa, I don't even think that Alexa really knew that, because Alexa doesn't, like, she knows about the case, but she doesn't know what it is as in depthly as some people, for
Right.
sure. And I don't even think that she knew that that they'd been looking for knives or whatever. But either,
Right.
either or, that I understand it, because when you look at it, I think she
Right.
goes on to say like it looked like a katana, like not a katana, but sorry, a sword, or sorry, a ninja type of thing. But bottom line is, right, Alexa?
Yeah, that was freaky. I remember that vividly. I was doing it, and my son came in, and he's like, "Oh my god, that looks like a ninja." That's what he said, and I was like, "Whoa!" And that opened my eyes, and I was like, "Wow!" And I looked at it from that perspective. So, yeah, and this was done, I think, November 11, if I remember right.
Well, yeah, because it's filed November 9th, so it would have had to have been right after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Frank. I thought someone said
Hey,
hi,
Frank.
but I didn't see Tom in here.
I didn't see anyone mention Tom.
Maybe they
But
make
hey, Tom, if you are,
Yeah.
hey, Tom, if you are here.
Tom's watching. You know he's watching. He's in his lazy boy right now, watching us, choking on some popcorn. That's what he's doing. He did a live the other day. I seen. I mean, who isn't, right? Who isn't doing a live on the Delphi docs? Because there's definitely some interesting stuff in there. The confessions in themselves are just like cherry on the top. And like I said on the Drunk Turkey show, when we were on the Drunk Turkey show the other day, if you haven't seen it, you guys can go check that out. We were on there. It wasn't yesterday morning, was it? It was the day before. Was it yesterday?
It was Thursday, yeah.
Thursday? Oh, that was
Yes.
yesterday then. Whoa. Oh. But anyways, is that, to me, I remember Daniel from Drunk Turkey Show saying that he felt like the Delphi case was the stronger between that and Koberger. And you know
Right.
what? I mean, it's shaping up to be that way, isn't it? Because here you have a confession now from Richard Allen multiple times between the mother and the wife, and Koberger here. They're not finding any DNA in his vehicle or this or that, and his case seems weaker. Not that it is, but it seems weaker. Just as you like, I think a lot of us were expecting a lot of ties to Koberger, the car, in the home, different things, and da da da. Now, Delphi is looking like the stronger case, especially when you got the cherry on top of multiple confessions. So there's there's nobody, at least in the sane world, that's gonna admit that they did this heinous crime, unless they're one of those people that like there's those wacko jackos out there that try to claim that they were this person and that person, that they did the killings of this person, like with JonBenet Ramsey and stuff like that. I mean, but most people are not going to say, you know what, I'm tired of this beat down interrogation. You're right. No, he's telling his wife. Okay, he's telling his wife and his mother. And he has the two people that should love him still, at least as those two people, perhaps. Well, his mama for sure, but and they got the printouts of it, like they have the conversation and in documents, whatever. So yeah. So anyways, what are you guys all saying over there? Agree, she seems very sweet and innocent. Well, I try to be, Todd. Try to be, not always. Cool on Drunk Girl. Yeah, I will check it out. Yeah, me and Adam were on there for about an hour with Daniel and Big Blue, with the Delphi documents. He just sometimes he do ones in the morning time. I unfortunately Alexa thought that I meant 10 p.m. at night, but I was referring to a.m. apparently, and so she's like,
I missed it.
she's like, aren't you guys doing a live today? And I'm like, no, wait, it's Thursday. And then when she told me she was referencing the Drunk Turkey Show, I was like, oh no, that was in the morning, that not 10 p.m. at night. So sorry about that if that's my miscommunication. Hey, at Crime Talk with Frank Messer, did you get any tornado or storm damage lately? Oh, you guys gotten some bad weather that way? What did she say? Wonder Girl. Has anyone else heard about sigils being found at the crime scene? Okay, I know what sigils are because of RuneScape. I haven't particularly heard that word, but let me take a look again. I know what sigils are because of that game where you have to have your sigil images. Yeah, so I'm thinking of I'm trying to remember on RuneScape what the sigil looks like. It's kind of like I'm trying to remember what it looks like because it's one of those things you do in a quest and it's been so long. But no, I haven't heard of a sigil myself. I don't know how many people have. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hello, it's Crowning Human Friends. It's almost like Koger wants to prove to everyone he can get away with his crimes. He's loving all his coverage. Of course he is. He's still guilty. He's still guilty. I still think that the evidence will prevail in his case. At least in my court. This is my courtyard. So my courtyard, he's guilty. I can't shake the feeling that he's told her. See, sir, I can't shake the feeling that he's told her he did it for a specific reason to protect their family. And that's why she's sticking by him. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like, so you guys think that he fed Kathy and his mama, like some malarkey story,
You mean as for his confession?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not true, but I'm just saying this to help the family,
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those things. Like, so she hung up on him, and then she's showing up in court, guilty. Like, do you know what I mean? Yes, I know they're medieval sigils. I'm trying to picture. Like
I personally am not gonna, I'm not gonna judge Kathy Allen for why she's showing up in court for her husband. I mean, I don't know what any of us would do in a situation like that. I mean, I think it's easy to say we wouldn't, but I'm not. I feel my heart breaks for her, to be honest. I mean, in no way does it break the same way it does for the victim families, but from everything I've seen, I have no reason to think that she's complicit in any of this. And so I mean, I look at Brittany and Kathy as the victims in this as well.
How come she's not on the witness list?
Kathy is.
No, Kathy is. Brittany's not.
I know Brittany's not.
Yeah, you guys meaning it's been said about that Brittany's off, has some information, but clearly she's not on the witness list.
Right, but it's also not a complete witness list. I mean, they can add witnesses until the day of until trial starts. And if you've got an important witness,
not buying that. What do you think, Alexa?
No,
or she could be a
I don't know.
defense witness.
Could be, but I don't think the daughter, just because it's the daughter, I don't think she's gonna get involved. I
Well,
don't. It could be. I mean, could be. She could be a witness. But you know, what? Going back to what Adam was saying, I think that is true. And don't forget, that goes through a process. I mean, she has to go through that whole, process of first you don't believe something, then you're going to be angry, then you're going to pass a depression stage, and then you're going to start accepting. So I think she's on those. She still maybe doesn't believe it, anger. So she's in those stages still. I think
Right.
eventually she's going to go through everything, and then she's going to make her decision whether she's going to stand by him or she's just going to walk away
Right.
from that. And that will depend on how much she loves him and how much is she willing to. I think
Right.
for what I think I see of her, she's probably going to stand by him.
Right. And
that she's what?
And that's
I,
okay because, I mean, to him, that's her person. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You
Well,
said
and I
she.
think also this witness list was dated. I think, like Wonder Girl said, I think it was dated like October 27th or something. And so many other people have been added as witnesses since then.
Could be true enough.
But
Yeah, I mean, if it
so
was, then that would.
I just think that a lot of people that if you're looking at this as a complete witness list, it's in no way a complete witness list.
Yeah, I mean, if it was dated the 27th, then yeah, there's definitely people that have been probably added to that for sure. That makes sense because I'm kind of thinking in the now more when these things are
Right.
dated. And as for Anthony France, 1 second, sorry, Alexa. Why would you stop calling her after? No, she hung up on him, so he's probably sulking like a big titty there, and it was like, you know what I mean? If somebody says, "Don't ever talk to me again" or whatever, and then he goes on his
Right.
little poor me victim thing.
Right. And he has not he has not apparently made a phone call since then.
Yeah.
Now, am I remembering correctly? Because I don't have it in front of me, but she did go visit him in May.
With the attorney.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be very curious, and I would be very curious to know what was said at that visit. And also it's important to note that in no way is this a complete list. I mean, there's several documents that are still sealed. Probably the most important ones, to be honest. Because I mean, if you think about it, we don't have any lab results from anything in this case other than the ballistics. That's the only that was the only lab results that I saw in any of these documents. I believe there's another search warrant, judging by the times that are on the search warrant that we have, and just by the words of themselves, there are 3,000 documents or 3,000 reports, 31,000 tips. I can't remember how many interviews they said there were, and thousands of hours of surveillance video.
Yeah. And Rainey, the daughter was overage at this point.
Yeah, she was 22, I believe.
Something like that. Yeah, she's like 28 or something like that now.
Yeah.
Brittany will absolutely be a witness in this trial. Yeah, again, once it sinks in that was the date, October 27th back then, and then that stuff was talked about, only a few months ago, really.
Anybody here on the witness list?
Is anybody here on the witness list? Yeah, Deb, can you let us know now?
I'm not.
Hey, hey, Talu.
So what I find now very interesting is how different the narrative is between before. It was like, oh my God, he hasn't had any calls. Nobody has come and visit him. But they didn't say why. Because obviously the wife didn't want to go because, obviously she was upset and rightfully so. But how different. And, and I mean, they're trying to play a game. I guess. I don't know what they're trying. I think they're trying to build a narrative for him. Poor guy, his mental health, his physical health, everything is going down the drain, and his family is kind of abandoning him. The prison is so bad. And I always told you, I mean, is he probably being like, I mean, I'm not saying it's right what the prisons do, and I do know that there's a lot of abuse going on, and I don't agree with that. I don't think it should happen, but unfortunately, it is. I do believe that probably to an extent it might be true. But also, I was thinking about it, and when the other prisoner, Robert Baston, whatever his last name is, when he said that
Baston.
that he has proof, that means. And I was talking to somebody, and I said that, and they were like, "Well, that means that he has a cell. He probably has a cell phone, but if
Well,
he has a cell phone." That cannot go admissible because he can get in a lot of trouble if he
well,
admits
they
he
have
has a
tablets.
cell phone.
I mean, and Alexa, do you know any of the background of Robert Baston?
I know. I mean, I read somebody told me how shady he's been, but I don't know
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, he's basically considered a jailhouse attorney, you know.
Hmm.
And they do have tablets, so I mean that wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility. But I put zero confidence, and I think the court is putting zero confidence in Robert Paston as well, as
Yeah.
I think it should.
Oh, by the way, Frank, tell Amy to ask Ashley about that note without saying that it's what we've said, but maybe she does now. But anyways,
Well,
that cryptic-y thing? Tell us if it's about drugs, or just ask Amy to ask her about that. Get her to show her a picture if she can. I'm curious, like if it was like totally irrelevant, um, totally about a penile thing versus a butthole thing. Anyway, see if you can get Amy to, because this is, remember what this is what Blaine was gonna, like, he had talked to her,
Mhm.
and then she had said she couldn't accept phone calls or whatever because he was trying to do the same thing. Unfortunately, he ended up passing due to the overdose. But but because he's, like he said, that you can tell that she's not very trusting. Um, you know, I don't feel sorry for her by no means, Ashley Garth. Sorry, you're not going to play no victim role to me though. But you know what? Like, I think that Garrett Kurt, I think them both were toxic together. I don't, when it comes to Garrett Kurtz and Ashley Garth. I did hear her mention, if I'm not mistaken, about Garrett Kurtz. Richard Allen knows Mark Kenneth Kurtz, which is, of course,
Todd.
Garrett Kurt's dad. Curious, perhaps, on that one. I can.
Whoa. Hold on. Back up. Who knows Alan? Richard Allen?
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, that's what Amy said on Frank's live, was that Ash that Richard
Ashley?
Allen. So Garrett
Uh-huh.
Kurtz, obviously, he worked on Ron Logan's Lawn, but that Mark Kurtz. So Mark Kurtz is like a POS, a piece of shit.
Mhm.
He has like a lot of animal abuse, cruelty. So it's only a wonder why someone like Garrett Kurtz would grow up being like that, to be honest. But
And that's the dad, right?
right, so I think Amy had said that she believed that Richard Allen and Mark Kenneth Kurtz knew each other. And we all know that Garrett Kurtz worked on Ron Logan's Land. So interesting. Mark, if I didn't answer you back in email, I'm sorry. I have emails to answer. I look at them and then call it age, call it whatever. I can't remember if I answered you back or not, to be honest. And if I didn't, I apologize because I was just thinking about that today. I can save you a lot of time with documents. Documents prove Ari is guilty 100 plus our motions to suppress that. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
But hey, I love the details. So like I was reading, I just started today going back through because we scanned over them. I got the big things, but then I've started going back into them today, and I'm like barely into them. But I'm looking up
Sometimes
every rule. I'm looking up every rule like that's cited, every case that is cited, just because I like court documents. So I think most people know that, and I've also pretty much figured out who everyone on the witness list is. So
yeah, I like reading the good stuff, but I hate reading the boring suppression.
Yeah, but you know what? The boring stuff is where some of the good stuff is, and no one ever thinks about it. Like that thing we talked about earlier. I mean, the defense themselves put in a court document. They're not worried about his mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, it says. I mean, and that was an emotion from the defense.
Mark Hertz, yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there's a connection there. I still have to wonder about this Facebook person with Max Snowberger that, that Libby was asking Max to help her because she was, and then that happened to be at the same time.
Yeah, me too. The 19, it was 19-year-old, right?
Yeah. Claiming. I do have to wonder. Like, there's part of me that wonders about that regardless and goes, so is it one of those things that he was trying? Like, I still think that it was. So if there's nobody else involved, let's just say, is it just perhaps one of those things? Like, if you're trying to look at the lone wolf theory, that that when she blocked him, for instance, let's just say, and he was under. I mean, again, unless you're an idiot, you don't do shit like that unless you're using a VPN, or some form of not showing where you're from, but I don't know, fake account, fake whatever, VPN. But anyways, it's one of those things I think to myself, okay, so when Libby say if it was him on the other end and Libby rejected him, in a sense, or basically told him to go fly a effing kite somewhere, and then got, blocked him. I mean, obviously he would have known that school, but see, if it is against Libby or Abby, it still always goes back to the timing of it. So, like, did Libby on her social media say she was going to the bridge that day? You know how people tweet shit out, freaking Snapchat shit out that they're going to the bridge. I'm pretty sure
Right.
she did. Do like whether it was on Instagram or Snapchat or something. I'm pretty sure that she said that that they were going there. But I just wonder if it is a solo thing. If in fact, basically, like like how you said, angry Alexa and someone that doesn't take rejection well, like what you were talking about with his wife there.
Mm-hmm.
There's just part of me that believes, at least thinks, that if it's a lone wolf theory, what would be the most plausible thing if it was a lone wolf versus other people? Of him knowing, of him going to the bridge that day, like he knew then, like he would have had to have known, of course. Like it doesn't work out as some random thing. What did you send me there, Adam?
It was just a
I agree. I think, I mean, I believe, but I was, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I said, I've been thinking about it, and I said, okay, I'm trying to remove Kagan, and I said, okay, if Kagan is not included, it's not included. But I keep circling back to him, and the only thing I keep circling back to him, okay, I said, okay, could it be possible that that this girl had really bad luck, and there were two? I mean, it's a small town. I mean, I apologize, I don't want to offend anybody, but Indiana, we all know the reality of, I mean, not only Indiana, everywhere. There's creeps everywhere. Maybe she was unlucky to find two creeps in her path. Okay, I can see that. But what I cannot get to it is how do I explain Kagan's behavior after the murders?
Right.
The checking of the DNA in the bodies and everything. That's the only thing I cannot wrap myself around that, unless maybe those are not real, but we know they are. That he said those things. So
Right.
that's the only thing I cannot, and I'm circling back to that.
Hey, Heather, good to see you. Alexa, and I have those same lingering thoughts. I mean, I know for myself personally, I've always thought that any other involvement other than the person that committed the crime was probably peripheral. Or as far as like luring or CSAM, something along those lines. I'm confident that I think the only person that was physically involved in killing the girls was Richard Allen, allegedly. But I do have those lingering thoughts about other
How
people.
did he get there?
Right. Well, and and like the thing we just put up, this is from one of the documents. I mean, and it says Detective Liggett believes that Richard M. Allen is the individual on the bridge. From Richard M. Allen's statements, investigators believe that Richard M. Allen was also.
Yeah, they all do. Yeah.
And I know there's the whole looking at stocks
Same.
thing, but so I mean,
Um,
could a phone be involved? Absolutely.
Wonder Girl, you guys, do we know that Max Silver communicated with Hannah Rostow?
According to him, he did.
Oh, Max Snowberger said that?
He
Trying
did
to
say
remember
that.
that.
He did say that. I've never seen proof of it, but he did say it. Privately.
That's the Emerald 45,
privately.
right? Yeah. But that's the Emily Ann 45 account, right? Is Hannah Rostow.
Well, it's not the Emily Ann 45. It just was another name that's listed in the Keg and Klein.
Oh, Pig and Klein, yeah. Adam, are you giving Wonder Girl dirty looks now?
I am.
Calling that out.
Right.
It's okay, Wonder Girl. It happens.
I'm just playing. Wonder Girl knows I love her.
Well,
that document, that the letter that was in the very beginning of all these documents, that was I thought that was a really good letter by Judge Gold.
Which letter? I
don't know, Sonny. Which letter? What do you mean?
I don't know which letter. I don't even know. I'm too tired, to be honest, to remember all the stuff that's in there. Hey, PJ.
Oh, I know. Right?
Hannah Rostow had photos of a girl from Indiana. Is that how it went? It's been a while since I've talked about the Hannah Rostow stuff from the. It was the affidavit or search warrant. Search warrant. It was in the search warrant, or was it in that interview?
This one, Sonny. I'll just send it to you. There's the letter from Judge Gold.
Okay. Let's take a looky. Okay. 1 second. Are you gonna read it out?
Yeah, sure. Diana says, per WGN TV 19, which is a news channel out of Chicago, I believe, 19 documents remain sealed for what that's worth. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I think there's more than that, actually. But we know actually 19 or 20 documents probably would make sense. So yeah, that does not surprise me. Okay, I'm going to read. This was a letter that this says excuse me 1 second. Order or judgment of the court. The court has reviewed the electronic file recently. I got to do it on my phone so I can read it better. The court has reviewed the electronic file recently and discovered many pleadings and filings have been marked as sealed and confidential, and therefore are unavailable to the public. The court has consulted with counsel for the state of Indiana and the defense and discovered the pleadings have been deemed confidential to comply with the court order dated December 2nd, 2022, which prohibits public comment, commonly referred to as a gag order. Counsel agree with the court that the public interest is best served by transparency, but the certain pleadings should remain sealed. Counsel agree with that the original unredacted affidavit for probable cause shall remain sealed, as it lists names of juvenile witnesses. Well, they released some of those. The transport orders previously entered, they released some of those, and future orders shall remain sealed for security purposes, and the defense ex parte motions and related orders shall remain sealed pursuant to long-established case law. All other pleadings filed prior to the date of this order shall be unsealed and available to the public, except for the pleadings explicitly mentioned in this paragraph. Future pleadings and filings that are to be confidential shall comply with the court rules. Further, the court has consulted the clerk of Carroll Circuit Court about the impact of this order on her office and staff, and the office of the public interest in the pleadings which are being made available. As hundreds of pages of documents are being unsealed, this may create obstacles to the clerk and to the public. To ease the burden of the clerk of the court and to ensure accessibility, the court will make copies of the now public pleadings available at allensuperiorcourt.us/Delphi. John McGlaughy, Allen Superior Court Executive, has created this page on the court's website to make these pleadings easily accessible to the public, to the media, and the parties. This link should be active within hours of the issuance of this order. Okay.
Sorry, I remember that now. That was one of the first things we read, because that was what actually, it wasn't in paper form, but it was off of the Dropbox,
Right.
Dropbox or whatever. So, okay, correct. And as for, what was I just going to say? Somebody said something a second ago. Alex Voorhees has went up and down with the whole Hannah Ross style thing.
Right.
Like he has dived into her that account, I should say, so hard.
Yeah, and Wonder Girl has helped.
Yeah. So Wonder Girl's underneath a different name as well, right?
Yeah.
That's who I'm thinking about. Okay. Well, thank you, Wonder Girl, for even and Alex Voorhees. And no, he's not related to the Voorhees that's in the name of the witness list. Anyway,
I heard they were cousins. I'm kidding.
Yeah, shut up. But anyways, I know. So if this is Wonder Girl, who I think it is, which I'm pretty sure I do, Alex Voorhees and Wonder Girl, these people have worked excessively hard to dig deep. Not wanting the notoriety and stuff like that, just wanting truth to be found.
Wonder Girl, I tried pretty hard to get those phones too.
Mm-hmm. The use of the word tentacles is accurate. Sometimes it's really sometimes it really is what it seems, complicated. Yeah. Believe so. I'm really, I know that the why is not the that they don't. Whoops, I'm blurry. I know that the why is what they don't have to prove in court. Just who, and when or whatever it is. Who, what, but they don't got to prove the why.
Yeah, no motive.
Yeah. And that's the part that I want to know as well, because Richard Allen say did it. I want to know what else is involved in all this. But I really want to know, did those girls die? Like, I can't grasp why those girls needed to die. Besides, like Alexa says, perhaps some sexual fantasy. That there's those sickos out there that do that. Okay, that's typically one of the main reasons. Because I just can't wrap my head around, would somebody go as far as to kill, take out the child because of the father? Yes, there are people that do that, but is that the case with Delphi? And then the more, just like everything, right? And the more that time goes on, again, kind of like the BGs and everything like that along the way, you like now we have at least have some shifting stuff because they have Richard Allen arrested, and then some like the shift is going on, and we're not seeing any more arrests. We're not seeing a lot of things, and so now everyone's brains are going over to this side, thinking more lone wolf now. I'm not there yet. I'm trying to draw, like I've always been trying to draw what made sense, but it is hard to wrap your head around that Kagan Klein is not involved. But if you do take him out and think of it as a lone wolf thing, what would that, then I keep going back then to the Libby, Max Snowberger's Libby thing, talking about Facebook and that. But obviously, if it's on Facebook, and she just blocks somebody, obviously anyone can go to the block list in the police and look at her block list that had on the account. But, but then by the same token, after Tobe called off the dogs, you don't even know what to believe, what they do. After Richard, like there's so much to not believe in them.
Well, and I mean, they, I mean, we know now from these documents. I mean, we've known, but Libby's phone was found underneath her, and so I mean, they've always had. So from day one, they've had the forensic data from Libby's phone, at least from when it was reset.
Where did they say it was underneath of her?
It's in the documents.
Where?
I don't have it handy, but it's in the documents. I read it myself.
I want to see that if you can, please, because I just want to see that.
It was found underneath her body.
Does anybody else remember seeing that in the documents? Just so Adam doesn't have to look. It's just because it's striking me because I remember that conversation in Down the Hill where the guy was speaking about it, and they said that they found the phone that day. It is in there, Shelley. You guys. Which part was it? Was it in that affidavit that we read?
It's in one of the PC. It's there's different versions of the PC. Yeah. It's in one of those PCA, and they're not actually PCAs. They're really just reports on different things that they copy and pasted certain things from. But the Libby's phone was found underneath her body.
But I just don't remember this. That's all because it was such a debate about the phone. Whether it was found that day, the next day, whether it was iCloud, whether it was this. And then I remember on Down the Hill, they mentioned the phone of finding it, of course, so they had it. So that really wasn't a shocker then when the guy said it on Hannah's thing. Maybe back then when it came out, but they actually said that. So 2020, well, I don't know. 2020 is when the Down the Hill thing came out. Hannah Rostel started filming that in 2019, I believe.
No, you mean Hannah Shakespeare.
Huh?
You mean Hannah Shakespeare.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said Hannah Rostel.
Oh, Hannah Shakespeare. Did I see? Oh. Hi, Famously Unfamous. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Famously Unfamous. Trust me. Famously Unfamous. I mean, I have racked my brain about this Wabash River search, and Wonder Girl will tell you, there may be more to it. I don't know.
I think there's more to it. I'm going to say that, Wisdom. Yeah.
Right. I think I'm not trying. I'm not just riding the fence. I mean, I'm just kind of in my mind. I'm looking at the information that I'm being presented with, but that doesn't mean that behind the scenes I'm not still looking at other stuff.
Right. This is where it's nice to have multiple brains. Like in our members group in the stuff. Like they're going on about like the Delphi stuff, and because those are the people that like for Delphi, right? Like that's why that was even formed. It was a group of Delphi people and stuff like that. But I'm very grateful for all the people that have the have the common sense to do searching and trying to find out and seeking the truth, and then you kind of try to put it together, as people come across the information and try to make sense of it all. There's a lot of smart, brilliant people out there. Right, Todd, and the glasses.
Yeah.
That will forever be our thing, right, Todd? But anyways,
and I think everyone that investigates these kind of things can tell you 90% of the stuff, 95% of the stuff is never even like talked about on lives because it's behind the scenes stuff that amounts to nothing. But yeah, I mean, any avenue that anyone's talking about, I'm sure we've all gone down them.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I would really like to see out of anything, not out of anything, I just mean out of something that comes to my head with the whole Wabash thing, is the ski mask. I want to see a report. I want to see the incident report on that. I want to see that. Yes, I want to see that. That one always bugs me because of the 2 ski mask incidents that happened right near the Klein home in Young America. And that's what was said happened. So we'll see. Knew he was seen on the bridge. Yeah. I mean, the sucker obviously was an idiot for not taking the phone, because he obviously didn't know he was on it. And then that's why he's like, yeah, I was there. Da-da-da. And then he must have shit his pants. He must have shit the biggest brick ever when he saw a video of himself up there. Don't you guys think? Like, seriously, imagine seeing yourself freaking nationwide across the world, seeing yourself and going, oh shit. But then nobody recognizes him. Damnedest thing, isn't it? Right, Doug Carter? Damnedest thing. What do you think, Alexa?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I think he went undetected for all this time. By the way, I'm sending you something that I found. Yeah, he went undetected all this time. Then, you can imagine. I think he probably thought he got away with it until the end. But now, one thing that I am thinking about is, can you imagine? I would have loved to see, like, that day when the police came to his house. You know, what went through his head? I would have loved to see that. Like, how did he feel? Because I'm sure by
Yeah,
now he probably said,
yeah.
all these years they don't even have an idea it's me. I would have loved to see how he felt, the fear that ran through his body.
After a while, he probably got comfortable and was like,
Mm-hmm.
they're not obviously like these idiots run underneath their nose. I literally talk to them and they still don't even know it's me, and nobody around town knows it's me.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, he's probably just thinking he's just home free from it all, probably for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just find it like I said, you'd have to be in somebody's shoes because it makes me wonder, like, whatever the reason is for it happening, would determine to me how much guilt he had or didn't have. Um, and if he walked around every time he heard a noise, like freaking hear a siren, or you know what I mean? I mean, there has to be a piece of him, that was like, but you don't know. You don't know unless he's just going, darn good job. Pulled this one off. I don't know. I don't know.
I think at one point he probably just felt secure that nobody was going to come for him.
Yeah. Do you guys think? I don't know. Well, go ahead, Alexa.
No.
Lacey, he dumped you. Don't worry about it. You got me, babe. Don't worry about it. Well, now you don't actually because I'm gone. There he is. Peep.
Wait, I'm here.
Yeah. It's really hard to look at Richard Allen though without thinking he's a big sack of crap. Like it really is hard to look at him because all you're looking at is Abby and Libby. You did this to Abby and Libby. you know um and like you said, Alexa, I mean, we have the whole knife collection going on. That's what they were looking for. And then you have this guy with a plethora of knives.
Yeah. And another thing that, backtracking a little bit what you were saying is, I know that, for the court, they do not have to prove motive. That's something that they don't need to do. But they always like to show the motive because it's easier for the jury, because the motive will tell the story. And that's one of the things that the prosecutor wants to do, is tell the story as of why. Imagine it was one of my pictures, my private pictures. I'm kidding. No, so that I know that I was sharing with you. No, so I think we will get to hear the story as to why, and that's the one thing that I really want to hear is why, and also not only the motive, but I want to hear where did he snap, because that's the thing that I always like to know is, when did this person decided to say, it's not a fantasy, I'm going to make it a reality. What was going on in his life that he had to snap, that he snapped and he said,
So,
hey, I'm gonna do it.
do you still feel like this was his first time?
Yeah, I do. I still do. I think, but I do believe that he thought about this for a long time. I think this is something that he tried to suppress for a long time. And something made him snap and say, hey, I'm going to do it. Could it be the addiction? Could it be that I don't know. I also wanted to say, and I think I said it back then, I don't remember, but I do believe that maybe he might have like an addiction. Like, usually these people have like addiction to pornography, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Hmm.
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I'd lay money down on that bet. To be
Mhm.
honest with you. Yeah.
And one of the things I would love to also, I want to know, and that's hopefully we'll get to find out, is like who, like, it makes him look more, I mean, guilty. I know you have guilty until proven, but I mean, who goes and hides things in their car? I mean, just what? I mean, to me, I don't know. Hopefully, they're pictures, and hopefully, there's something more solid that ties him to the to this case.
Alexa, thank you for sending me that. By the way, about
Oh, you're
because
welcome.
I don't know if I just forgot or are we just seeing it now? And
Yeah, I know. It gets to the point that you read. I read things and I miss everything. It's almost like my brain is mush and I don't remember what is fiction, what did I read, what did I not read.
yeah, it's just
Right.
because
Right.
Adam, did this come out with the original PCA?
No, it's not in the original one.
Okay. Because I'm just like going, yeah, like I mean, I'm not about to sit there and read all of them, at least not today.
No. Well, I mean, I mean,
Right,
I'm rereading them all.
right, because you want to, right, because those little distinctions jump at you, and that's why I don't. I was like, wait a second, that's not standing out to me at all. Like, why would I not remember this? But if it's in one of the multitude of them, then obviously,
Yeah, this is the one. This is in the one with the list of the items that they took from the
the
from
18
Yeah,
page one.
it's
that's where it is.
it's called objection. It's dated
Yeah,
6/27/23.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
You guys have names. I don't have names. I don't know why mine doesn't have names. Everybody says it's
Well,
the
they don't
same.
really have names. Well, they do have names, but they're just file like a typical motion filed,
Yeah.
PDF motion this filed, and it
Yeah,
just
but mine are just numbers. Somebody sent me one and it actually says, for
oh
example, like you said, objection file. Mine are just numbers. I don't know because maybe I did it from the second batch. I don't know.
mm,
But whatever.
um yeah. I wonder if Alexa file. I wonder if it will attach it if I send you the docs myself.
No, I mean I have them. I just
Yeah, I know. No, it
re-
says file too large.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's too large. I mean I have them, but I just renamed them my own.
Did you? Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
it makes it
because
so.
I put, like, for example, that I put search. The other one I put witnesses. Easier for my brain to do that.
Mm. Do you do you think? And I was just thinking this to myself today because of Libby looking a lot like his daughter. Do you think he had a disgusting thing for his daughter? Um, like, do you think Ari had a fantasy about his own daughter, and that's why he chose Libby? Is that why he maybe perhaps contacted her and was the 19-year-old?
It does make you wonder. I mean, the daughter does seem very similar to. I mean, I don't know. Could be.
Right.
But I mean, you cannot deny that they are very similar looking.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know?
They
So
absolutely are.
it makes you wonder: did he choose her because it reminded her of the daughter?
Right.
I don't know. I don't even know if we will ever get to know that. But
No, right.
something that we cannot. And when I saw her, I was like, maybe it's me. And I remember going with my husband, and I showed him, and he goes, "Oh my God!" He goes, "That looks." And actually, because my husband doesn't know about the case, or he does, he doesn't listen too much. And he thought actually that was Libby's sister, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's the sister." And I'm like, "No." And I explained. He was like, "Oh my God." So I was not the only one. And then you guys started saying how much she looks like Libby.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she does. Like, I mean, especially when she puts on the tie-dye shirt.
That is creepy.
Now, a question, because I still don't know the answer to this. If there's a plea deal, will we get to see the evidence, all the evidence, besides, like, if a plea deal
Well,
happens,
there's a lot of
we
stuff
won't,
that you won't see because
we
it
won't
won't
get
go
to
to
really know
trial.
the answers,
But
right?
good.
Sorry, say that again, Alexa.
No, I said I know that I'm not a lawyer, but I believe that when if it doesn't go to trial, a lot of stuff doesn't get public. It doesn't go to the public, but it does get to the court, so you might be able to obtain it somewhere somehow.
Right. Yeah.
They have to become public at one point.
Right. Right. Kind of like Barry Morphy's there. Famously Unfamous. Thank you. So if anyone doesn't know, Famously Unfamous has a channel that's called Famously Unfamous, and usually on his channel, it's like he basically is live while there's like the police scanners going, and he's looking for different things. Maybe it's a car accident that happened, a chase, or whatever. He kind of just does the nightlife out there and does it live as he's doing it. So check out Famous the Unfamous if you haven't heard of him. Like I said, and he's out of Indiana. Famously, where's typically your video? Where do you live? Like the videos that you're doing always, because you'd moved up there, and it's in a can't think of the name all of a sudden. But anyways, it's like you guys would know the name if I said it, especially the people around Indiana.
Peru?
South Bend, thank you. South Bend.
South Bend.
South Bend, thank you. Couldn't think of it, just left my head. Even though for some reason, I don't know why.
South Bend is that's Allen County, right?
Yeah. I keep thinking of Starbucks coffee whenever I see it for some reason. Yeah, most dangerous city in Indiana. Yeah.
Wait, more than Gary?
Yeah, really? Yeah, more than Gary, Indiana. But anyways, I love you very much. Famous and Unfamous. Famously Unfamous, you guys. He's the channel that provided us with the stuff that we showed on this channel from the Wabash search, the river search. So he was out there, taking videos, giving us coverage, and he's the one that went down and was showing you guys all the little marker tags of yellow and red and the different things and stuff. Very appreciative of, again, he wanted all this. He didn't want any recognition. He just wanted the information out there. So mad respect to Famously Unfamous, and people that just want to search for truth.
Right.
Thomas Frost, same thing. Says, hey, I don't mind if you use my footage or whatever, as long as it's used with like appropriateness, and but it's really about justice. And same thing here at this channel. I don't mind anyone using any of the video as long as it's not done with this, in disrespect or disregard for the channel, and it's used in a mean, negative way to propagate stuff, that's cutting clips and trying to make it seem like Sunny's this really evil witch and whatever. Right, Graz? Graz knows what I'm talking about. But anyways, as long as it's used with the intent of helping others, I personally don't care. I will not copyright someone unless they're literally using it for evil intent. Other than that, I could care less if somebody uses my content. So just know that, guys. It's all about working together and helping and bringing a voice. I'm not into this whole stuff like that. But yeah, thank you so much, Famously. What were you going to say, Adam?
It is St. Joseph. Remember when they were determining where they were going to get the jury pool from? They said it was going to come from Allen County or St. Joseph's County.
Right.
So that's why I had them both in my head.
Is South Bend
sorry?
Is South Bend in St. Joseph's County?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I did want to say really quickly, Michelle was responding to someone else's comment, and that she said that they're trying not to use the name as it's not confirmed. I will say Dan Doolin is listed in the witness list. So I think that we can at least say that it's confirmed that Dan Doolin is the conservation officer. It doesn't mean there might not have been another conservation officer present, but
yeah, because I got another name.
Conservation officer wouldn't be living anymore, so they can't be a witness.
Why is it lagging?
You warm my heart, Famously. Yeah, it does. Really like that guy. He's just a great person. I remember, I say this now, but they were trying to accuse him of being the pedo on the bridge when it was somebody that I could understand why they thought that it looked like him, but it wasn't him, because I remember they were basically calling him, trying to go call him a pedo, and it had something to do with it. It wasn't even him, but that's how fast someone, somebody's doing something good, and then somebody turned around and just literally tried to make it seem like it was him when it wasn't, because they didn't do their homework on that one at all. I remember that now that I'm thinking about that, and like I said, that's horrible. You don't want to be getting called a pedo when you're not a pedo. But then again, right, Keegan Dunker, probably don't want to be getting called the BG either. if you're not the BG. He's not the BG. Then again, I didn't say that he was a killer, but I did say he was the BG. And anyone that follows me knows that, you know. I still laugh because there's still those people that go, I seen someone in Frank's going, moly, moly, moly. And I'm like, get over it. Why don't you go bug all the other 100,000 people that were posting about their BGs? Like, get over it, dude. Yeah. That's a hard one to suck up though. You know, when you know, like I'm sure with True Crime Garage too, you know, when they had Daniel Pearson, like just to like suck it up, knowing that you've did something. I've learned my lesson.
Wait, can we mention really quickly?
Yeah.
You know whose name was not on the witness list?
Whose?
Daniel Pearson.
Daniel Pearson.
Who else's name isn't on it?
Yeah.
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yeah. At least that one.
At least, yeah, exactly. At least this one. Although those were names from early on,
they were
that you would think would be on there,
right?
And I actually expected Daniel Pearson's name to be on the witness list.
You're right about that.
So, but I did. That was one of the first things I noticed immediately. I was like,
yeah,
you know, because I would be lying if I didn't say I'd spent countless hours trying to figure out who everyone in the original in the PCA that we got in November for Richard Allen. I mean, when it says, you know, witness this or the witness this, I tried to figure out who every single person of that was, of course, like everyone else. But
yeah, you know what? Because you're right. Like, these names were all people that they had talked to. So again, I mean,
right.
A lot of those names aren't there.
Alexa, yeah. Thomas Skinner died.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
When did he die?
He died in
like 2017, 18?
No, 20.
No, later.
When did he pass away?
I don't know. Either way,
I heard it was 20, but I don't know if it's true.
Maybe. Yeah. And, you know, I think, you know, with the whole conservation officer thing,
2021.
Dan Doolin, you know, I believe is the officer that wrote the report that officially spoke to Richard Allen. I believe he talked to Thomas. I don't have any way to prove this, but I think that he talked to Thomas Skinner first, and then he spoke to Skinner and he spoke to Doolin, and that Doolin's the one that wrote the report. But I think that's why there's been some confusion over, you know, who the conservation officer was.
But my question is, and I mean, they live in Indiana. They were there. They were locals. Both men were locals.
And they knew the family. He knew them both.
And I know. And the thing that bothers me is like they saw this case. It wouldn't click that somebody would remember getting that information. Because I mean, if somebody approaches me and gives me basically not a confession, but somebody saying, "Hey, I was at the bridge," and that day stands out. That's something that stands out. Why wouldn't he say it? Right. I don't know, in passing to Carter, to Liggett, to whoever, and say, "Hey, by the way, I got this guy that approached me."
Like, do you guys remember that guy or something?
Yes, but to me,
they may have handed off the report
about the story that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'd like to. I know that one doesn't make sense to me. I don't think many of us. What's your thoughts on that, Wonder Girl? About the whole, you know, that here he is. He's saying, "I was there." You know,
he would have been listed as a witness. He would have been considered. You know, if he was ruled out, you know,
he would have been a
witness early on. He would have been referred to as a witness. Mm-hmm. And you know,
but the thing is that there was very limited people at the bridge during that time.
Or more than you would have thought, I guess, right?
You know, so
I feel like throughout the years, half of Delphi feels like it was out there that day.
I know. Why did he remember? We all know the reason for that, don't we, Wonder Girl? Because anyone that knows that they were there or something. Right. Something very tragic or whatever, or something very happy in their life, they're going to remember those things.
Right. I mean, we talked about that recently. You know, who remembers what they were wearing on a specific day 6 years ago? Yeah. Unless something happened that was important.
Of course. Of course. It's those little things
And
that, right? This is little details, right, Alexa?
and being a conservation officer, I mean, he's trained as a police officer, so he has that training. So he went through all that training. So I mean, I don't know. To me, something in that story doesn't. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't click. Because like, how can you live in that small town and not remember that somebody approached you,
Right.
basically almost dressed exactly. The only thing missing saying was, "Hey, I did it." That
Yeah.
was the only
Right.
thing.
That's right. Right,
Well,
Alexa.
and Alexa, not only that, you have to think about this. This guy works at CBS, so
Mm-hmm.
every person that lived in Delphi or in the area that investigated this case routinely probably saw this individual, and it never dawned on anyone that this was the guy that they thought, because in their head he was the dude from CBS.
It just doesn't make sense. Like even Wonder Girl saying they knew about Alan all along before
Of course
October
they did.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what?
They knew about him day one.
Well, no, I know that they knew about him day one, but come on now, like we're talking about, right? At some point, somebody would be saying like, "Well, what about the guy that said he was on the bridge just looking at his fucking stock ticker fish was wearing this exact same shit? What about that guy?" Like if they knew about him all along, then like is that what you're meaning? Because then why didn't they arrest him a long time before this? Because obviously they did this Wabash search.
Well, yeah, because they weren't looking at him through the lens of
Right.
he's bridge guy. They were looking at him through the lens of, oh, he's a guy that just happened to be there that day that knows nothing else.
Right.
Other than he saw these 3 juvenile girls.
Yeah.
And the only follow-up notes they put on that were, we should find out who the 3 girls are.
Yeah. It just seems like a lot more incompetence to me, to be honest with you. Just more incompetence on their part.
Right. Or he was the dude that played pool at JC's and drank Bud Light and smoked
Richard,
Marlboro.
I checked him out.
Whatever.
He's not that guy. He would never do something like that. Right, buddy,
Right.
Richard Allen? He wouldn't do
Right.
something. No, of course not. Yeah.
The dude's 5'6" and wears, a 34.29.
It just hindsight is always 2020, but it's hard to overlook the fact that somebody just didn't go, well, what about that dude that I talked to? Like, it's just hard to grasp that. But you never know, right? I mean,
some of his friends from JC's were in the search party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen a picture of one of his friends sitting next to Anna Williams at a sporting event. Well, next to Anna Williams' dad at a sporting event. But it's small town America.
Mm-hmm. Are you, Wonder Girl? Are you talking about the Wabash search when you say that? Thanks, Mustang.
No.
Was she referring to?
That would have been fall. That would have been late summer. That was August.
Oh yeah, that was August, September. What happened in spring? That was pivotal.
Wonder Girl thinks that and I've not seen the proof, but Wonder Girl says that she believes that spring of 2022 is when they found Alan again.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like when they
and that sounds, it's very likely.
I mean,
the only thing I know for certain is right now is that it was that they knew about him in September of 2022. So.
Well, it will be very interesting to see how it all plays out. It's really an exhausting mind effing case. It really is. It can wear anybody down, to be honest with you. So for those people that have been following the case since the beginning, I literally commend you guys for the endurance, because nobody wants to quit something that they've started, and the endurance of this case. And it's nothing but a mind F is what it simply is. There's no other simple way to put it. It's just got everything in it, doesn't it?
Right. And like everyone's saying, looks like, sound, also sounds like him, sounds like PG.
Mm-hmm. And can I just say something? Todd said that usually, can you put his question where he says here that 2 errors that the conservation officer likely immediately? Can you find that one? where he says suspects usually don't contact the police officer. Police officers actually no, they do, because usually, usually suspects or usually the criminals themselves, most of the time they'd like to insert themselves in the crime. They always, whether they are going to friend, when they go back to the scene and they try talking to the police and saying, hey, what happened, and they try to be friendly to try to get information, they, most of them, they always go, and that is proven scientifically with data, is that most of them go back to the place of the crime. And usually they all go back and they want to speak to law enforcement because they want to know, they want to become friendly with police officers because they want to know what they know. Oh yeah, like something happened and you go back and they're like, oh, by the way, so what happened here? Oh my God, do you know what happened? Do they have any idea who did it? And police officers like to talk because they like, some of them, it's in their nature. I'm not saying all of them, obviously, but some of them do give a little more information than usual. So I do believe, I find that very, I don't know. To me, it's hard to believe. I mean, living there, this guy approaches you. It was basically dressed like the guy in the video. It was a man, and there were not many men in the bridge that day. And he didn't say anything, not even to a supervisor, say, hey, by the way, somebody approached me. I don't know. To me, there's something is not right in here.
And you're going to figure it all out by tomorrow, right, Alexa? After you feed the kids breakfast. I said you're going to figure it all out by tomorrow after you feed the kids breakfast. You're going to figure it all out for us. Please. Yeah. And what do you have to say, Adam? I'm just scrolling down the comments here right now. Okay. What are you doing? Did you fall asleep? Huh?
No, I could.
I know. Yeah. We're gonna get going here in just.
No, I think what happened is the conservation officer was probably, again, and I don't want to dismiss anybody. I don't want to talk about my own. I was a little upset what I said, but I'm sorry. I do have to say this. I don't think Delphi was equipped with this type of crime, and I think the police was not trained. They have seen homicides before, but it was A shoots B and it's C, but they haven't seen anything like this. And this came and they didn't even know, they didn't know what to do. This was the first time that they had experienced a case like this. And even the people involved, they say it, even people that had experience, they're like, that's true. And rightfully so. I mean, you cannot criticize and say, hey, they should have done this and that, because I think they did their best. But in their best, unfortunately, they make big mistakes. And then the FBI comes in and the FBI screws it up even worse.
Well, and remember, there were a lot of fans in this fire from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And if if Richard Allen spoke with these conservation officers on the 14th, like I believe he did, the picture from the bridge had not been released yet. So it's easy to, it could easily be, like when it says, don't forget the photo had not been released yet, and the girl's body had literally just been found. So, any description that, Richard Allen may have given these conservation officers might not have been even known to the Conservation Office Department of Law Enforcement at that point.
Yeah,
so
but when you see
Claire Claire, that could have been an oversight.
I don't know. But when you see the video, don't you think, wait a second, somebody told me that, wait a second, where did I hear somebody was said they were dressed almost similar?
But I'm saying they might not have even noticed. They might have even, put it 2 and 2 because they knew the guy. So they already had might have written him off.
Go ahead. I just in a second, Wonder Girl, a lot of people are asking, I think that they just simply want to know how you would know that about Skinner, about factually speaking, Richard Allen had phoned Skinner a couple hours after the girls.
Imagine that. If that's true, that's even more odd.
So yeah, and then Todd says RA contacted someone other than Doolin after 2 hours, and then but anyway, so Wonder Girl's saying yes to that. So of course now we're all going. Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Do you know? I mean, what? What? You got a smirk on your face. What are you smirking over there for?
Not. Right, yeah, and Diana, yeah, he did. He told his friend from JC's that. Yeah.
You have a smirk on your face.
Well, no, it's just because Wonder Girl's putting stuff out there, but I'm like,
I know he is. I know it's
I
a
haven't
smirk.
seen some of it confirmed, and so I'm just like,
It's okay, Wonder Girl. You know what? I mean, this case honestly has been a bunch of different things throughout it. What's to add some more stuff into it? Eh? And again, knowing that Wonder Girl is from a sane planet versus some of the people that are from Mars out there.
I can attest to that.
Yeah. So, hey, I knew this in 2000 about Skinner. I didn't confirm it with the second source until last week. This is the truth. It has always been. So it was Skinner.
Yeah,
Doolin's the one that did the report because Skinner was retired. Skinner was volunteered.
But he called Skinner, though.
He called both.
Both.
Yeah. He met. What didn't he meet with Skinner?
No.
They were together when they met.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, Wonder Girl, because I know
Wonder Girl.
I know you're credible. I know that there's times that we just simply can't say where we got the info from, but you have to think about who's giving it, and again,
you trust that person, yeah.
Right. And there's people out here that do a lot of hard work. Wonder Girl's one of them, and you respect the information, and you still take it with a grain of salt, but with a bigger grain of salt, where it's coming from versus the whack jobs out there that just put whatever. So that's what I always deem where something's coming from, that it's got a bigger priority in making sense. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I was talking to somebody too, and they were confirmed. Like, for example, they said that when the 2019 presser, and a lot of people are swearing that it was towards Richard Allen, it wasn't. They didn't know about him until 2022.
No,
so they had somebody else in mind.
Sorry, Lexa, what did you say there? Well, sorry.
No, I said for the 2019 presser, you know how when they said, "Oh, we switched directions," and you said we never come to you, and like everybody's saying that, "Oh my God, the police knew about Richard Allen." Then no, they didn't. They had somebody else in mind in 2019 that they were looking at, that they thought that he might have been involved.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe it was until 2022 that they circled to. They finally got to Richard Allen. Literally a few months, I think, before he got arrested. Not even a lot of months. I think a few months before he got arrested, like 3-4 months before. Allegedly, don't come from my head.
Right. Oh, hey, Diana, just to answer your question. An RSO is a registered S offender. Like think red dot on the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we know what the
who is that? I don't know that. Who is RSO?
Registered.
An RSO, registered S offender.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a name. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it makes sense.
So, I mean, Wonder Girl, since you're putting stuff out there to the air, do we know what was said? Do we know what Richard Allen said to Skinner while he was with Doolin there? Like, was he like, "Oh my God, I just heard what happened," whatever? I was literally there, but I didn't see nothing. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Like, was it probably something like that? Like to try to, deter. You know how people do things because they think that it's looking away from them, and in this case, it apparently worked. Because it was like, right? especially if he knows them and, you know, friends with them. And people have a hard time believing that people can do stuff, and yet we see it all the time in true crime.
Yep.
Doctors, lawyers, judges, you know, all the time. Diana, I think you were talking to me, I believe. I feel like when you made that comment there.
Could be for either or. It could be for Adam. It could be for me.
Yeah, well, that's a little selfish, don't you think? That's a little self-absorbed. I caught it first, so I own it.
I'll give it just because your birthday's coming, so I'll give it to you.
All right, yeah. Can't believe it. 54. Dang. This is where me and my brother and twinners, 6 days for the same age. Because my brother's birthday is on July 9th. Then the wedding anniversary is the 11th, and then Adam's birthday is July 13th. Talking about a cram-packed month. My niece Haley is July 15th, as well. It's just cancers are running this planet, people. All
I
right.
know my aunt is the same day as the kids, the 11th.
Yeah, I mean your kids,
Right.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, look at that, right? Twinsy kids on my anniversary. Your birthday's on my son's birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah, yeah. Just crazy, crazy. But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap this up now. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to bring up? And thank you guys for all your chatter in the live. Famously Unfamous, Wonder Girl.
I can answer Michelle's question really quickly. Michelle says, "Question: Is Richard Allen's dad alive?" If you're asking about his birth father, no, he's not. Roger Gorman passed away, which was the name of his birth father. But Marvin Allen did adopt him in 1974, I believe. I don't quote me on that, but that might just be when they got married. But that father is alive.
Well,
But his birth father is not alive.
Right. So when Alexa, when you were talking in your handwriting thing, so you would have obviously
Yeah,
been
I didn't know that. I said about the signature. Yes, I was just
Yeah.
thinking about that right now. So, yeah, I remember I said with his father.
Yeah.
And then after that, a couple weeks after, somebody actually emailed me and they said, you know what? I think you were right. I think he was adopted. And I was like,
Right.
wow. But I never really proved it until months later that somebody said, yeah, the real
Yeah.
guy.
I have his whole family tree. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's with graphology, a lot of people, are against it. A lot of people make fun of it. A lot of people call it science and this and that. And I mean, I think it's also interpretation. Of course, nothing is 100%, and that's something I always stress. You cannot go. It's just like profiling. You cannot profile. It's not like the movies or CSI that you sit there and you say, "Oh, he has a left thing in the right cheek." It's not like that. You're just narrowing more what you think the person might look like or the person might act and it just gives you a better idea. And for example, like my name, and this happened to me recently, like 2 weeks ago. And then I actually my neighbor asked me to do a little reading for him, and I said okay. I usually don't like it, but I was like okay. And he didn't tell me who it was, and I said I don't want to know. Give it to me. And I said, whoever this person is, I said, you know what? I usually don't like to give medical advice because I don't think I'm not a doctor and I could be wrong and I don't like it, but I have to say it. This person looks like, I think it's a woman. And I said, I believe it's a woman. It's a young girl. And I said, she might be suffering from anorexia or some eating. No, I didn't say anorexia, but some eating, some eating issues. And he got pretty mad. And obviously,
Alexa.
Sonny, are you starting your birthday celebrations early?
Yeah. Alexa, you're having issues.
I mean, you know what that sounds like, don't you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it sounds like Morse code. How? SOS.
Oh. I thought it sounded like one of those things you twist at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Alexa.
Can you hear me?
You have issues go out and come back in quickly. That scared me.
Alexa broke something else.
Alexa, what else did you break? Yeah. Alexa, go back out and come back in. Is it gone? Talk, Alexa. Or did she mean it? Alexa, talk. I think the aliens have come and got Alexa, to be honest with you. That's what it
Wonder
sounds
Girl. Wonder Girl is not Doug Carter or Ives. Although I'm laughing at the idea that Doug Carter's screen name would be Wonder Girl.
I pictured Doug Carter. I pictured being Doug Carter's wife. Sorry, husband. He's a good-looking old man. Not gonna lie.
And Diana, thank you, because Deb's True Crime Notebook is a absolute wealth of knowledge and information that we all trust. So thank you.
Who's Deb?
Never heard of her.
Feels like I vaguely. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue. I feel like I have somewhere. So I like how Todd says you need to dig up that tree.
Yeah,
Um,
Todd, I had a whole video where I was going to go through his family tree. I worked on it for like 2 weeks, hours and hours. Just never finished it.
Yeah. Alexa, what were you saying before that crazy sound came out of you? Alexa? Watch her to come back now and say that her phone's broke. That'd be a shocker, wouldn't it? There was something I was gonna say, or somebody asked.
She says, "Hold on."
Thank you, Diana. Did she? Hold on to what?
No.
What should I hold on to?
Hold on.
Whatever. That's Corey.
I was thinking about snacking on my hickory sticks tonight. What do you think,
Oh,
Sonny?
well, funny that. One sec.
Charmaine has not been in the chat the last few times, so I can't even thank her for my package.
Yeah. I was thinking about salt and vinegar. Oh, it's not showing up because my green screen is green. Anyways, I ate my ketchup once. My husband came home yesterday, and he said, "Yeah," and that's exactly what I had yesterday. Was those?
These are in French.
Yeah. My husband came home yesterday. He's like, "I got you ketchup, and I got you one bag of salt and vinegar." So I was like, "Which one do I feel like?" Well, I've had salt and vinegar. Okay, chips is my thing. Okay.
Wait,
What
Michelle, I don't know what hickory sticks are because I'm not from Canada, so I have to open it to figure it out.
Have you still not had a hickory stick?
I've never had a hickory stick.
Oh
No.
my God! Come on, open it up and on this live. Taste your first hickory stick.
40% saturated fat.
Yeah, it's the good shit. It's the good stuff. It's the good stuff.
Do I look like the kind of person that eats saturated fat?
Yeah, eat a hickory stick. I want to see what you feel. I want to see it on this live.
Tom Webster's never going to fall in love with me if I get fat.
Yeah, the ketchup is good. He likes the ketchup. He fell in love with it. I'm a copywriter. Are you familiar with the saying?
Are you ready about that?
Yeah. Okay, hold on, Todd. Hold on. Okay. Have another.
Oh, those are good.
And it's like having like a party full of just little miniature French fries.
Oh, they look like
Sticks.
Shake and Shake French fries.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're so good.
Hickory
what the hell
sticks
is
are good.
this?
Yeah, if you guys don't know what hickory sticks are, they're good. They're good. It's almost like having a bit of barbecue-y taste.
Right.
It's smoky.
It's not overwhelming.
No, it's a nice smoky taste. Yeah, thank you for the experience live.
I was Anthony France.
Yeah. Sometimes when I watch Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, is Lexa back? Oh yeah, she's still.
We just turned the channel into like a taste reaction channel.
Yeah, but sometimes when like Amy Roloff makes her stuff and then she takes her first bite and she's like, that's good. And I wonder sometimes if people are going, that tastes like shit, but I gotta say it tastes great. Yeah. Right. Hickory sticks really are good. Ketchup chips are good. Yeah, you got the mini bag too. I'm jealous. I love my hickory sticks. You know what? So I had hickory sticks in the car, Adam, right? And I left them in there because me and my husband It was from when we were camping or fishing. Can't remember. Anyways, so then I asked him, husband, do you remember my hickory sticks that I had in the car? Yeah, what about them? I ate them.
Oh,
Pretty sure those are mine, not yours. You guys should try some figs. I heard they were decent at best. Fig Newton cookies are good. Okay. Have you
right.
ever had a Fig Newton cookie? Because that's why I equate that to you. Fig. When I say figgy, I'm thinking Fig Newton cookie. I love Fig Newton cookies.
That might be the first time I've ever eaten on camera.
Are you sure? You pulling a JLR on us?
I know, right?
Oh, I use hickory stick deodorant. Don't turn this off now, Tom. Or Todd. Tom.
Because right now, especially because right now, like all I have in the taste in my mouth is hickory sticks. So now I'm gonna imagine that to be like pit.
Let's see. Hey, Fig.
Hey, Fig.
I don't think Fig said hi to us. I think Fig. Not even sure I know who Fig is yet. And my memory's coming back to me. Soon I'll know who Deb was again. And you know Tom's just sitting on his recliner watching us right now going, Adam, give me some of those hickory sticks. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not sure what happened to our
Which actually I watched. I'm not. I mean, I like Sunny. Don't watch a lot of live streams. I did watch a portion of Tom Webster's of his live stream last night, and besides for the fact that he did not mention Fig Solve's name and he only mentioned mine once, I thought he did a great job.
Well, I want to profess then because I watched 0% of Tom Webster's live. I saw the thumbnail thing for it, but I looked at it. I looked at his scenery behind him, and
Colorado, I believe.
But I didn't watch it. Watch it, and if you didn't say my name, then I'm probably not going to watch it because I'm literally tired of giving you all this love, Tom, and then not right. The only time he professes love is when he's in this channel. But yeah,
he
never.
did a good job. He always does a good job. He plays it off like he's like, oh, I don't like to do this. 5 more minutes.
1 more minute.
But we all know he's like.
Did Fig put on another video besides the Richard Allen one that he just Ron Logan one? Oh wait, it was the one before that.
No, Diana was referring to the one that was before that about the.
That one I watched. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Fig's put out 2 really good ones lately.
Fig, I know he should be honored because really, Fig, I really don't watch people's lives too much, but I have watched more of Fig's than probably most people's, to be honest with you. There's a few things that I watch, but no offense, but it has to gravitate to me because I don't really like watching things when it's like when it's putting stuff into my brain. But I know Figgy puts out good videos, and they're not 4 hours long, Tom, like ours. But anyways, and then usually with Tom's, I'll watch 20 to 30 minutes of the live, and then I'll usually fall asleep to it in my own recliner, which looks like a bed. Tom is still live now. It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days. Anyway, I'm not sure what happened to Alexa. I figure that she's going to come back saying that her phone broke too, but she hasn't messaged me or whatever. So I don't know. Before we're going to get going, you guys, because I don't know what Alexa was even saying. Oh, Nick, Nick. Dude, I caught you right away. Now you distracted me. Yeah. But, you literally waited the exact 20 minutes before you posted again.
Right.
But come on, you need to at least have 10 accounts. Don't wait the 20 minutes.
Enough about him.
Yeah. Wait.
Look, just like herpes, we're growing on people.
Oh, the channel grows on me every time I check it out. Really enjoy Aspen and say, oh, well, thank you. It's more than a lot of people say things like that. You're allowed to stay here a longer time now. With absolute love from Aspen and Sunny. Thank you, Anthony France. Yeah. I don't exactly see Nick Marshall saying that to us, do you? You're so inept, lady. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliments, especially coming from a POS like yourself. That really, honestly, I don't know how I'm going to go to sleep tonight. I'm probably going to dream of that comment. Doesn't it feel good though to know that people care so much about you that they feel the need to do this? Like that's the joke of it. Is like you're literally embarrassing yourself by making yourself like, I'm just gonna go around to Sunny's channel and I'm gonna keep reminding her about Keegan Dunker and I'm just gonna say whatever when you really are the POS in here and you look like a fool that keeps coming back to this channel considering you hate it so much. So who's the fool? Is it me who doesn't care about you, or is it you who seems to care about us? I don't know. I don't know. Call me crazy. Some people do. Call me a drinker. Apparently I am. Call me whatever.
Todd says, I don't know what everyone's going to do once this tragic story finally reaches the very end. And, it's funny. I had this conversation. It was like, oh my goodness, 6 months ago with Mel from Cold Truth. And I went through a whole list of all the people and I was like, what? So like in 5 years, am I going to be like, oh, I wonder what Shane Evans is up to?
Yeah.
And I'm not making light of course, what happened, of course, to the girls.
Thank you.
But I know what I'm going to do, and that's going to be I'm going to pray for the families of Libby and Abby and everyone that's been impacted by this case. I'm going to, send positive thoughts towards Kelsey and her child, which is going to be due in the next month or two.
Yeah.
And
August.
And then I'm just going to continue in doing what I do, which is, not much.
I know. I'm not going to lie, Adam. I kind of laughed when I think someone said that they subscribed to your channel. And it's like, what, a month ago? A month ago is when you did your last video? It's showing on it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
I've been very busy.
Isn't it funny, though? Isn't it funny?
Hey, I've gotten like 100 new subscribers in the last 24 hours.
They're not getting any content, though.
I know.
You need to feed them content. But that's what's funny is when what goes through my head, Adam, is when you legitly said that you actually thought you were going to have more time. And so you went from working and you did a lot more then. And then all of a sudden, I remember you made that comment about now you're going to have more time to do stuff. And in fact, it's been the total opposite. But
I'm working. It's just behind the scenes stuff.
I know. But if you're going to have subscribers, you got to give them some content, though. So that's kind of why I laugh. I think it was Heather that says that.
I know. I need
on
to.
there. Yeah. At least one a week or something. Even if it's just something. Yeah.
Now I feel like Tom Webster. That gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do
that. And yeah, I mean, I've totally been. Oh, hold on. Actually, before we get there, Deb? What are you at now for your subscribers? Have you gotten to your I noticed that Frank said that he got his monetization. Oh, there she is. Hey, Alexa.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now I can, but that was a horrific noise coming through.
Yes, my microphone, my backup microphone died.
Shocking.
It never dies. My husband said before the live, "Are you sure you're gonna have enough battery?" And I said, "I should. It always lasts." Of course, he jinxed me. Second microphone, my third microphone is not working. Oh my God!
We can hear you loud and clear. We certainly can.
I am so sorry.
No. You know what? Adam tried a hickory stick for the first time while you were gone from Canada.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I kind of heard something.
Did you hear it? Did you hear crunch?
Okay, but not.
Yeah.
I kind of heard something. But now I don't see YouTube. Oh, God.
Well, I was going to say, so what was it you were saying before that sound? Do you remember anymore?
Oh, no. I was telling you the story that I usually don't like doing, if a neighbor approached me to do a reading, to please do a reading, and he didn't say who it was. And I said, I usually don't like it. And I never give, even if I see something medical, because obviously I'm not a doctor, and this is not 100%, so I don't like giving medical. But I did say to him, you know what? I believe this is a girl, probably a young girl, a young woman. And I said, I think she might have like an eating disorder. It looks like something. And obviously, Daddy Bear came out. It was his daughter. He got really angry. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm my daughter. You're so bad." Blah 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 blah. Blah. And then it became awkward because he didn't speak to me because it was almost like, "How dare you say that?" And a couple weeks ago, I got this beautiful flowers and a letter apologizing because his daughter has anorexia.
Yeah,
So and
explain to Sharon. No, she like it's not like a tarot card reader. She's talking about the letters her in a note, right? Or you were
yeah,
reading.
in that graphology, yeah, she gave me a letter
Yeah.
to analyze, and I did, and it showed, and you some, I mean, some people claim that they can do a lot of medical. I knew somebody that the person who trained me that they can see like anything medical. I don't have that, but the letter that I remember that it stuck out, and I did say I think it might have something with eating, that maybe an eating disorder, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor, and I explained to him, and he got upset. And
Yeah.
a long time, and it was awkward then because every time I saw him, I was like, "Oh my God!" And it became very awkward. And I said, "I will never do it again to anybody close." And then a few months, maybe a year, almost a year passed by, and I got some flowers one day, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "It's not my birthday." I'm like, and it was an apology. He wrote me an apology letter. He said, "I'm so sorry." He goes, "You said it." I said it to my wife, who started watching, and literally, he goes, "Thanks to you, basically, we were able to save her."
Mm,
So, I mean, I don't think it was because of me. I think it was meant to be, but it was
yeah.
very nice that he actually, not that he had to apologize, but I would have done the same. But
It's always
so,
hard to hear you know, in a sense, especially if
yes.
from a parent, it's like,
Hmm.
well, don't ask me if you don't want to know my thoughts or
Yeah.
my things, and don't ask me then. And like I said, then if they get upset at you because they didn't like what they heard,
Hmm.
what was the point then? Thank
I
you.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No, and the fact that, he got so defensive and, he started attacking me personally. He was like, "Oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about. It's fake." Blah, blah. And I was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, it could be." I mean, like I said, nothing that you say can be 100%, nothing. And I always tell you, nothing. Profiling cannot be 100%. Handwriting analysis cannot be 100%. It's just a tool to help you narrow more the possibilities of that personality. And, and sometimes we are right on, sometimes we're not. And, it is what it is. But in this one, I was like, it was, I thought it was very nice. And
Yeah.
it gave me the thing that not because I want to be right. I mean, people like to be right, of course, but it wasn't about being right. It was about, the humility. That I like the fact that he went and he apologized. And thank God, because it was very awkward. Every time I saw him, I was like, "Oh Lord."
Yeah.
So,
Todd
I'm
just
sure
said,
that I'll be wrong one day, and I'll understand what it
I know it's going to happen eventually, Adam. My day, is coming for sure. Well, I can admit at least being wrong once, to the BG.
I'm wrong every day about a lot of things. So
Yeah, but Todd had just said on his question, Alexa,
yeah, I can agree.
how do you
I can.
explain? Yeah, you seen that? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I see. Yeah,
and then,
honestly, that is because they obviously, when you go to school, and I can relate to this a little bit with grad school, you write really fast, and especially them, they have to write really fast. But that's not their everyday writing, because that's the writing that they do. I mean, sometimes some of them become used to it and they write like that. But it's if you tell them to sit and write you a letter, most of them you can read it.
right.
So it's and that's just because that's they cut shorter, or some of them don't even write the full thing, so that's why they do it. Same thing with them. Those are the even police, if you notice, police officers too, they have bad handwriting too.
I have horrible
But
handwriting.
but that's because of the job. But if you tell them to sit, then usually when you do a reading like this, you tell them to sit, and you want a piece that they want you to focus. I mean, you can read anything, obviously, but you take it into consideration. Like when we did Brian Colbert, we knew that he had handcuffs. So we knew that, okay, so piece of that has to be because he's handcuffed. It's not going to be 100%.
yeah. And kind of like what you said in that video that we talked about, where you're talking about the knives, is like, right. It's like when someone's writing, they start off better, and then as they move
Mhm.
on down, they get more to their natural,
Yeah.
you know, uh, like how they typically write properly.
Mhm.
You start off thinking, like, okay, keep it in the
Nice, yeah.
right, nice, and then you start just falling naturally in to how
Mhm.
you typically, write, and then you can kind of see the change typically.
And
Yeah.
and that's usually when you write, when you do the handwriting analysis. I always like to ask for 2 or 3 pages, because I know that the first page is usually going to be a no, because I know that obviously that page people are going to be, they're going to be nervous, because I know that I am asking for handwriting. They're going to be trying their best, and they're going to start thinking every letter consciously, but it gets to a point that, and you can see it in the letter, that they just let go, and they just start writing unconscious, because it's your subconscious basically,
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
what you want.
Mhm. I have to ask Todd this question. You guys, is that some sort of actor, or Todd, is that your face that you morphed behind something? But is that your actual picture, or is that from the movies? Um, it's kind of like, I kind of pictured Todd almost to the picture, but I could be totally wrong about that. Because Todd, no wonder he was relentless on the glasses thing, as well. And I don't think any of us truly won. But anyway, keep looking at your avatar each time, and I'm going, is that Todd? And he put something behind it and made a picture with himself in front, or is that somebody else? You know? Yeah. So just tell us, Tom. Be honest. He says he's a copywriter and art director. But I thought you said you were in like photography.
Um,
But
and we just we played the comparison of that audio earlier tonight over the voicemail for Rick Allen and Down the Hill. Fig just put out a video on it, so after we're done tonight, you guys can
on
the comparison on that audio.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thanks, Fig. Yeah, you guys can all go over to Figgy's channel, watch that. Mind you, I mean, not like, well, I mean, he gets the views. It's not like Figgy's monetized, so it's not like he's losing. But you guys go over to Figgy's channel.
Right. But it's funny. Fig's not monetized, but he still gets accused of doing it for the money.
Right. I know. And
So.
Adam, that $9, again, it's almost embarrassing that you told people that that's how much you made this month off YouTube.
$9, really? Oh my God! You can afford a lot of stuff now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you can treat us, for your birthday.
Yeah, you treat us. Yeah, how about them apples, Adam?
Thank goodness for that OnlyFans page.
Right. Right. That's bringing in the actual income. That reassures me. But anyways, you guys, thanks, Todd, for answering that. By the way, I was wondering that. I just wasn't sure. I mean, some people use their real avatars, their real faces, and other people don't. But anyways, you guys, Adam or Alexa, do you guys have anything else to say tonight? If not, I'm hot. Yeah. It's 2.5 hours in. Right. Yeah, I'm just hot now, and I want to turn on my air conditioner, which I could have, but it annoys me when I'm in the live, even though you guys can't hear it. It just annoys me. It distracts me. I get distracted enough. It distracts me. Yeah.
When we see everyone again, that'll be, I'm assuming, Monday, which will be Sunny's birthday.
So I'll probably see. I'm going to see if my twin wants to come on. I mean,
should I take the day off since it's your birthday?
No, because
I'll take the day off since it's your birthday.
Yeah, I doubt it. Probably not. Like, we'll still talk about true crime and stuff, perhaps. Yeah, like, I mean, right? It's kind of like this live today, right? We know a couple things that we're going to talk about. We're not like the Tom Webster channel where everything's just put up there for you like that. We're just more organic, and we do things on the fly because we can easily just talk about things. Alexa can, I can, Adam can, even when Deb's on and stuff like that. Everyone can just naturally talk because it's not. Delphi isn't a hard case to talk about. There's so many ins and outs and twists and turns. And
I like when I do my Word documents for them to be a little bit more formatted than Tom does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the only difference I would say. I like to be a little bit more structured and organized in that when I do mine.
Yeah. I know. I see it all the time, Adam, in you. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Par to none. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much. Again, if you guys haven't checked out, go check out Fig's video. Check out, if you're not subscribed to Deb from Deb's True Crime Notebook, go subscribe to her. Frank Meister as well. He has his own channel going there and stuff like that. Anyways, just go support the good people. You know, whoever you deem as a good person or good people, go support them. Give them your love, I suppose. You know, it doesn't matter who it is, even if ones I can't stand, but just whoever it is, doesn't matter. Support the people that work really hard in true crime to bring you guys information and to try to give you guys some, you know, you're never going to find this stuff in the news. And that's the nice thing. You'll never find this stuff in the news. You're only going to find this, you know, the extra tidbits in the, whether sometimes it's false or not, but you're only going to find it in the true crime world and stuff like that. But it is a lot of work. It's a very time consuming. And of course, we always thank the guests and that and the mods and whatever for people giving their extra time coming in, and the people that support the channel, even the ones that just come in on the flyby. You know, it's just because, again, it's really that they want justice for a certain case. You know, whether it's Coburger case, a Delphi case, whatever. It's all for a good purpose. Of people caring. So, anyways, and there could be more information in those phone calls. Yeah, could be. We don't know. I'd like to know what he said. Thank you, Michelle. And but yeah,
and everyone of course try to say a prayer or, you know, a positive thought or you know, take a second about Libby and Abby and their families tonight before you go to bed, because we talked so much about Richard Allen. It should be mentioned that, you know, this is about Libby and Abby. And
yeah, I think because Kelsey had that post there, so basically saying that, you know, and it's true, right? I mean, the thing is that I think way more about Abby and Libby than I do Richard Allen, to be honest with you. It's Abby and Libby's face that will always enter my mind first, about why I'm looking. Do you know what I mean? I'm out, like, it's kind of like Nicola Bully, or the victims of Idaho 4. I'm always thinking of them first, because that's exactly who you're trying to get justice for or follow a case around. But yeah, so, but it's sadly, unfortunately, right. Yeah. Sometimes the victims get a little bit pushed behind while people are so focused on the person that did it, sadly. But anyways, always Abby and Libby first. Yeah. Good night, you guys. Alexa, thank you so much for coming on.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for having me. Always.
Heather, thank you for popping back on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Heather.
And sorry about that.
Thanks to Wonder Girl. Even though she's throwing me off because I keep thinking of Wonder Woman and Wonder Share at the same time, and it's like, brrr. Thank you, Michelle O. And I'm sorry, Michelle, but every time I see your name, Michelle O, I can't help but think of an OG, like you know what I'm talking about, right? Triple X stuff. Anyways, have a good night, guys. Take care. Thank you. And ready to go, Alexa? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I am so sorry. Oh my God, everything happened tonight, but at least we made it. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'll hit the outro. Bye-bye, guys.
You're
Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.